Hello everyone. For those of you who don't know Jenna Jameson, she was an adult film actress in the early 90s and 2000s, but now she's just an old lady who spends the rest of her days getting into arguments on Twitter that she can't win. So it became news to me earlier today that Jenna Jameson had been arguing with vegans on Twitter, and her arguments were completely nonsensical. I'm sure Jenna didn't realize this, but she had resorted to using a number of informal fallacies, including an appeal to tradition fallacy, where she suggested that because humans have killed and eaten animals in the past, therefore it's okay to do this today. And Cognitive Dis on Twitter was kind enough to point out why this line of reasoning is a little crazy. He pointed out that we've done tons of horrible things in the past, including rape, pillage, kill children of neighboring areas. Obviously, just because we've done this in the past, that isn't justification to do this today. And Cognitive Dis also offered to debate Jenna. So then Jenna dishonestly replied back, "Oh, so shall we stop all animals from preying on other animals because it's cruel?" And then Cognitive Dis again politely responded, "I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have. I just want a clear statement from you whether you think that because we've done something for a long time, is it a good reason to continue doing it?" Then she said, "Answer the question," and then Cognitive Dis pressed her on this issue. He said, "Waiting for your response, Jenna. If you've done something for a long time, is it a good enough reason to just continue doing it?" Because she used this reason to continue eating meat. Well, then Jenna just completely checked out of the conversation once she realized she couldn't win, and she resorted to using an argument that is clearly ridiculous. So after I saw this, I got the sense that she's not a very good debater, and she also seems to run away as soon as she gets the sense that she's gotten into an argument she can't win. But since she seemed interested in the topic of veganism, I decided to just reach out to her anyway, and I offered to debate her through a direct message. So I just politely said, like, "Hey, I've noticed you've gotten into a lot of arguments with vegans on Twitter." I also mentioned that I have a big YouTube channel with about 350,000 subscribers. Jenna has a pretty big social media following herself, and I could understand that she wouldn't just want to waste her time debating any random person, so I just mentioned that I have, a pretty big social media following myself, 350,000 subs, so she wouldn't be just completely wasting her time debating some random. And I also said that we can debate veganism very broadly, or we can debate subtopics like ethics specifically, or nutrition and human health. And I also mentioned that I'd be interested in debating her about abortion, because apparently she is pro-life, and she had criticized vegans before, saying that you can't be vegan and pro-choice. Also, because she does have this big social media following, there is a risk that she just wouldn't see my message, so I also just sent out a tweet basically saying the same thing, offering to debate her about veganism or abortion, and to just message me back if she's interested. Well, a bunch of her fans saw this. I got into a bit of an argument with some of them, but then Jenna finally responded back. So right here was just a gif of a pig being slaughtered. This was in response to one of her fans who said she loves bacon. So then she just said, "I don't eat bacon, I'm a Jew." Then I said, "That's good. Have you decided whether or not you'd be interested in debating me about veganism or abortion?" Then she just very rudely stated, "I'd rather eat my own head." This is something that I think is important to point out about Jenna. She was complaining about vegans being mean and nasty to her on Twitter, and she shared some DMs where vegans were telling her that they hope she dies of heart disease, that she should kill and eat her child. Not nice things, but she's the one who acts mean and nasty first. So she actually shared and replied to my tweet where I just very politely offered to debate her, and she said, "You people are insufferable." So this very clearly, this hostility that you have towards vegans, it's not because vegans are being hostile towards you first, it's because you just treat everyone who has a differing opinion than you like pieces of shit. And then when people act hostile back, you try and act like the victim. Now, if you take a look at this thread she created, some of her fans and followers replied, "How can you know if someone is vegan? Don't worry, they'll tell you." What I don't understand is why can't they shut up and be vegan? I don't tell everyone I meet that I like eating steak. They're hungry for real food. I think they got jealous. Well, look at Jenna Jameson's profile. Mom, wife, sober, conservative, proud Jew, keto. So this woman is not only very politically active, but she also wants everyone to know about it. All of this information is on her Twitter. She wants everyone to know she's a conservative, she's a Jew, she's following the keto diet. So to all of her fans and followers who are questioning why vegans would start an argument with her, why they'd want to debate her, well, she does that exact same thing too. If you look at her Twitter, she makes it a point that she's all of these things. She's a conservative, she's a Jew, she's following a keto diet, and she regularly gets into arguments about these political, ethical, and health topics. So it's perfectly reasonable for me to challenge someone with a big social media following who is politically active, who wants everyone to know they're politically active, and regularly engages in arguments on social media. I don't see how it's unreasonable for me to offer to debate someone like this. So after she gave me this rude reply declining my debate offer, I responded by saying, I'm assuming that's because you know you'd be publicly embarrassed because you know nothing about nutrition, health, or moral philosophy. If you're going to criticize vegans but back down from every debate, that just proves you don't actually believe in what you're saying. And her reply, bwahaha, hold on, bwahaha. So she's obviously trying to make it look as if she's not just refusing my debate offer because she's scared, because she knows she'd lose and embarrass herself publicly. But take a look at her Twitter history. Take a look at her arguments with veganism. Every single time she recognizes she's losing the debate with a vegan, she just runs away. She doesn't ever admit she's wrong. She doesn't ever say, well, I never thought of it that way. Let me think about things. No, she just runs away. And that tells me that she knows she's wrong, but she wants what she's saying to be true. And this sort of behavior makes sense when you also consider that she is in fact Jewish. She believes in a ridiculous Abrahamic religion, and those beliefs are completely indefensible. But she wants it to be true, and that sort of behavior carries over to all of her other beliefs where she wants it to be true, that it is ethically fine to eat meat, that it's healthy for you. So rather than debating veganism, which is a debate she knows she'd lose because the evidence isn't on her side, she just runs away because she doesn't care about the truth. She just wants it to be true. So after this really pathetic attempt of trying to downplay her cowardice, I replied, oh look, she's trying to talk tough now even though she's scared and running away. Again, if you're going to say, oh, I'm not afraid of you, ha ha ha, well, then just debate me then. You have no excuse. So then she replied, okay, tough guy, and then obviously I got her upset, so I said, uh-oh, I got you upset, so you're trying to get the last word in. There's literally no point in her responding to me at this point. She clearly has no interest in debating me, no interest in having any kind of argument. She's just trying to get the last word in so she can sleep at night. So then she replied, calm your man boobs, you're such an angry little guy. Then I said, says the one who keeps trying to redeem herself after losing this Twitter exchange, just take the L. Again, it's obvious what she's doing. She's very clearly not interested in actually debating me about veganism or abortion. So why is she doing this? She's just trying to redeem herself, get the last word in, after she's made herself look like a complete coward and a fraud. Then she replied, my lord, you're annoying. Is that a vegan thing because you're all incessant? Now, you do have to understand that at this point, Jenna Jameson is a pretty old lady. I mean, back when she was doing her movies, I mean, people are still buying her movies on VHS. DVDs hadn't even come out yet. So, I could give you some excuse. Maybe you don't know how the internet works. Maybe you don't really know how to use your computer or Twitter all that well. But if you find something annoying, it just makes common sense to me that you just avoid that annoying thing, maybe stop talking to that annoying person. So I don't think we can chalk this up to your advanced age, unless you're going senile at this point. I think you're just not a particularly smart woman. So then I replied, calls me annoying, keeps talking to me, and then she finally got the idea to block me. I know it took you a long time, but you know, you're finally getting the hang of it. I know the internet and all this technology, it's like new and uncomfortable for you, but Like, look, if you just keep doing it every day, you'll get the hang of it. I know it took my grandmother a while to learn how to use an iPad, but, I just showed her how to use it. She started using it every day, and now, she can check her email and do everything just fine. So if my grandmother can do it, I'm sure you can do it too. Now, Jenna has a big following. There's a lot of people who are trying to make up excuses for her, saying that, oh no, she's not afraid of debating me. She's just too busy. She has so many things to do, like take care of her baby and her husband. Well, it seems to me that she has quite a lot of free time. For one thing, she spends a great deal of time on Twitter. Our conversation alone lasted about 20 minutes. So I'm sure Jenna can just move her schedule around and find an hour or two to debate me. I don't think it would be too difficult. And again, on top of that, I'm pretty sure Jenna is retired. She has a lot of free time. She recently just got engaged to a diamond dealer, so I'm pretty sure she is just being taken care of by her husband. I found out some pretty interesting things about her husband, too. Apparently, he's a diamond dealer, and he's guilty of insurance fraud. He stole a number of his own diamonds, claimed, made an insurance claim saying, he lost $100,000 worth of diamonds. Then he took those diamonds to Israel, where he tried to sell those diamonds that he claimed was stolen, and then he was found guilty. He had to pay some money back to the insurance company. So I'm sure if he's pulling off scams like that, where he's getting hundreds of thousands of dollars from insurance companies, I'm sure Jenna's well taken care of. So again, I think she can find the time to debate me. There's some other information in this article that's pretty interesting. They talk about why Jameson converted to Judaism, and it's obviously because she met this Jewish fraud diamond dealer. So that's the only reason she's converted to Judaism. She doesn't actually believe in it. Formally, she talked about how much she's devoted to Catholicism and Christ. She said in a 2013 interview with Larry King, "I'm very religious. I think that we've come a long way religiously. I don't think that you have to take the Bible literally, and I love being able to teach my children what it means to just believe and have the strength of faith. I've always been extremely Catholic. My father was Catholic, and he brought me up that way." So this is all painting a very clear picture. Jenna Jameson believes in anything that's convenient for her. Before, Catholicism and Jesus Christ were convenient enough for her. It was convenient enough for her to put her faith and devotion into Christ, but oh no, I got with a Jewish guy. How can I finally sink my claws into him? Oh, I know. I'll just change my beliefs just like that. It's that easy. I used to be devoted to Christ, but now, no, forget it. I got with a Jewish guy. I can just change my beliefs like that on a dime. Doesn't matter. And she's doing the same thing with veganism. It's convenient for her to believe that veganism is not a sound ethical philosophy, and it's convenient for her to have all of her other beliefs that, veganism isn't healthy, the diet she's following now is ideal. So these beliefs for her are just too convenient to jeopardize, and that's why she runs away from every debate and every challenge. And with all of that said, if Jenna ever wants to debate me, the offer's still on the table. If you ever get the guts to do it, if you ever want to test your faith, I'm perfectly willing to debate you on the topic of veganism or abortion. And if any of her fans or followers want to debate me, you can just send me a DM on Twitter, or you can send an email to my business email, businessvegangains@gmail.com, and we can set up a debate on veganism or abortion. And if you like this video, maybe consider supporting me on Patreon or through my website. I have some funding perks you may find interesting. If you're looking for clothing, then check out the Vegan Gains store. If you're looking for online coaching, then check out Quality Gains. You can get 10% off of his customized online coaching programs by using the discount code VG10. And as always, keep making those vegan gains.